The deputy head looked at me across that table and said, "Your son needs consistency." I wanted to scream, "I'm trying." But sitting there in my corporate suit, having rushed from another client crisis, I realized she was right, and I was the problem. Last week, I shared why I left corporate for my son. Today, I'm taking you inside that school meeting, the moment I knew everything had to change. If you're a working parent feeling torn between career demands and your child's needs, this one's for you. It was a Tuesday in November. I'd already rescheduled this meeting twice because of work emergencies. I'm sitting in my car outside the school, still on a client call, trying to wrap up a crisis that couldn't wait. I walk into that meeting 10 minutes late, phone still buzzing with messages. The deputy head, his teacher, the Senko, and the educational psychologist, all waiting, all looking at me like I was part of the problem. And you know what? I was. They start going through his challenges, meltdowns during transitions, difficulty with social interactions, anxiety around new situations. I'm nodding, taking notes, but my phone keeps lighting up with urgent work messages. Then the deputy head says, "We need to discuss consistency at home. Children with his needs require predictable routines and available parents." Available parents. Those two words hit me like a physical blow. I'm thinking, I work 4 days a week. I've already sacrificed career progression. But as they're talking, I realize being physically present isn't the same as being emotionally available. Even on my off day, I was constantly anxious about work, checking emails, taking quick calls. My son needed a parent who was fully there, not someone juggling client crises during his meltdowns. The educational psychologist asks, "How does he respond when you're stressed about work?" I had to be honest. He gets more anxious. His behavior escalates. She nods knowingly. Children mirror our emotional state. If you're constantly in crisis mode, he feels that instability. That's when it hit me. I wasn't just failing to be there for his school events or therapy appointments. My work stress was actively making his challenges worse. Every urgent client call, every late-night email session, every morning I rushed out stressed, he was absorbing all of it. I was contributing to the very problems I was desperately trying to solve. They asked about support systems, about reducing his anxiety triggers. I'm listing all the external things we tried, different schools, therapies, specialists. Then the Senko says gently, "What about reducing the stress in his primary environment?" I knew she meant home. I knew she meant me. Sitting in that meeting, I realized I had two choices. Keep trying to manage an impossible juggling act that was failing everyone, or completely redesign our life around what my family actually needed. My son didn't need a mother who was always working and too stressed to help with homework. He needed a mother who was calm, present, and available when his world felt overwhelming. I left that meeting and sat in my car for 20 minutes, not checking emails, not taking calls, just sitting with the truth. The corporate world would tell you that's giving up, that's limiting your potential. But in that moment, I knew it was the opposite. It was finally choosing what mattered most. That night, I started thinking differently about my future. My contract was coming to an end, and for the first time, I wasn't immediately planning my next corporate role. Instead, I was imagining a completely different path. Next, I'm sharing what happened when my contract ended, and I made the decision not to look for another corporate role. The panic, the doubt, and the moment I knew I'd made the right choice. Because here's what that deputy head didn't know. Ever since I finished my contract and made the decision not to look for another corporate job, everything changed. Within 6 months, my son's school reports were completely different. His anxiety decreased, his social skills improved, and those meltdowns, they became rare exceptions, not daily occurrences. Now I'm there for him. I take him to school in the morning, I do the school run in the afternoon. I'm there for pickup, making his food, and sitting with him while he does his homework. I became the present mother he always needed, and I never realized how much I needed it too. If you're sitting in your own version of that school meeting, feeling like you're failing everyone while trying to do everything, you're not alone. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is admit the system isn't working and choose a different path. Have you ever had a moment where you realized you were part of the problem you were trying to solve? What did you do about it? Remember, your children don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be present. Let's rebuild with accountability,